the way in which we can analyse data now means that we can find out all sorts of exciting things that may have taken a lot longer before. And I'm always struck in the odd ways in which this will come up. Whale researchers have hours of recordings of whales using, new ways of crunching big data. They can start to identify groups of whales. This is telling them there's more blue whales hanging around Australia than previously thought. Tracy Rogers is an Associate Research Fellow in Marine Ecology at the University of New South Wales in Australia and joins us this afternoon. Hello, Tracy.
Oh, hi, James. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. This is fascinating. Like, you're not actually having to see them. You can just listen out for them.
Yeah, it's nerds. It's all about maths and algorithms and using using data that was actually not even intended for whales to eavesdrop on the ocean.
Wow. So where's the data coming from?
So we've used a range of different kinds of data sets. So some of the data is from the IMOS, the Integration Australian Institute of Marine Sciences underwater acoustic data around Australia. So there's a whole series of buoys around Australia monitoring different ocean noise to look at all sorts of different things.
Oh, so that's not actually specifically recording whales, that's just recording the sound of the ocean.
Yeah, it's recording ocean sound, that's right. And then other data that we have all the way up to Samoa and Tonga along the Lau Basin. It is data from NOAA, which they're looking at seismic activity. They're looking for earthquakes. And so we have their data, which is nice low-frequency data.
Okay.
And then another set of data is NATO's nuclear test ban treaty data, which is actually looking for nuclear explosions, different explosions are nice low frequency sounds similar to our whales. So we have years and years and years and years of continuous data from the ocean from all over the world.
So all of this audio can be given to you. You can say, can we just have a look at it? And then you can run an algorithm over and go, oh, hello, blue whales.
Exactly right. And so we write an algorithm and go look for whales, for different kinds of whales in different places.
Isn't that amazing? I mean, the oral environment of the ocean is so foreign to us, as the ocean is so foreign to us in so many ways. But, I mean, I don't have any sense of there being sound in that environment, But you can stick a microphone down there and record it.
It's actually intuitively the opposite to what we think of. That the ocean mammals up on land, we're not really that vocal. It's usually birds that win the singing contest. Us mammals are pretty boring, really. But in the ocean, mammals are incredibly vocal. Sound travels really well through water. And so mammals in the ocean have exploited this. And so we think of the ocean as probably being quite sort of silent, but actually the mammals are all chatting to one another all the time. They use an array of different kinds of fabulous vocalizations.
So coming back to how this has enabled you to spot actual, pods of blue whales, what have you found that you didn't know about?
Well, the thing that I found the most fabulous is that just off the coast of east coast of Australia, we knew the west coast of Australia had blue whales, but the east coast of Australia, we didn't know really that there were blue whales here. And what we're seeing is that Antarctic blue whales are moving past our coast from Antarctica each year up to Samoa Tonga, which we had no idea that they were there. And also there's another group, a second group of blue whales here off our waters, just off Sydney, and that's a Kiwi speaking, a New Zealand accent speaking blue whale, which again we had no idea was there as well.
So they actually have distinct accents as such.
Yeah, the blue whales are intriguing because different populations have very different accents, and the Antarctic blue whale may even be they're all a number of them are considered as being different subspecies of the one big blue whale species. And so around Australia we have, on the west coast we have an Australian accent blue whale, and on the east coast we have the Kiwi speaking blue whale, and the Antarctic blue whale, the largest animal that ever lived. It's on along both coasts, moving up and down.
Right, and it has a distinct... I mean, what I read this morning described it as dialects.
Yeah, they are. They each has a completely different dialect, that's right.
Wow, that's incredible, isn't it?
And we're quite surprised as well that the Antarctic blue whale we've found in some areas in some years are staying all year round in warm water up here. They're not returning to Antarctica to feed, which we had no idea, which is quite remarkable that the largest animal in the world is just off our coasts, and we didn't see them. We didn't even know they were there.
Yeah, because we're not looking for them?
Because we're not looking for them, but also they're not like the show pony humpback whale that's, flails around and has long flukes and flaps them around and hurls itself in the air. The business-like large blue whale just sort of slinks along in the water. But also there's a second thing, the blue whales, the Antarctic blue whale and these other different dialect-speaking blue whales, they look the same to us in the water, but they're actually genetically different, and it's by their song that we can tell them apart.
All right. Well, I'm going to play something now. I want you to tell me what it is, okay?
Mm.
Is that a New Zealand blue whale or the Western Australian blue whale, Tracy?
Now, I couldn't hear anything, actually.
No, I can't hear anything either. It just sounds like a submarine docking, really.
Yeah, so the blue whale sounds are very, very low frequency sounds. So the older we get, the worse our low frequency hearing.
Right, it disappears. And is it not as we think of the whale sounds being so? Is that not the blue whale?
No. So the blue whale, because they're so they're solitary, so their sounds travel a really, really long way. So they're not doing those sort of high pitched, squeaky kind of sounds.